Agitator and prominent Niger Delta leader Asari Dokubo earlier accused the military of involving in 99% of oil thefts in the country. Mr. Dokubo made the accusation after a private meeting with President Bola Tinubu in his office earlier today.
The military is at the center of oil theft, and we have to make this, the army and the navy intimidate the civil defense, who are by status the people who are supposed to guard these pipelines. They receive a lot of money from NNPC, PCL, and the IOCs, and just across the corner, you will see a houseboat. A few meters from the houseboat, you will see an oil bunkering refinery or tapping directly from oil well heads.
Pipe in Att'ack of River State a week ago. The rupture of an underground multinational pipe in Att'ack community spilled large quantity of crude into this river, affecting communities along its banks, including Akbajo. Efforts to contain the spill and map out areas of contamination has been on by Shell Petroleum Development Company, the operators of the facility. A joint investigation by interested parties and relevant agencies like the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSRA, is understood to have been concluded. While these efforts are on to find a lasting solution to the problems, residents of Akbajo are lamenting the effect so far on local economy and begging for government aid.
We, the Akbajo people, survive from this fishing and dredging of sand. That is the only angle we survive from. Since Sunday till now, we cannot survive. Even as of water to drink, we cannot get water to drink since on Sunday. If you watch the other fishing port, 2 children die because of flame of oil.
On behalf of the women, we are begging the state and the federal government to please come to our aid. That we don't have anywhere to forge ahead. This is where we feed from, and this is where we get our little tipends from.
They are also worried about the health implications.
The ambient in this area, the air quality in this area is heavily contaminated. And you can imagine what will happen to the health of the people, the occupants in this area. The economic activities, especially on the waterways, are also affected, adversely affected. And as a people, we cannot keep quiet. Therefore, we want to use this medium.
As their only hope of recovering from this impact lies in the outcome and recommendations of the joint investigation, the residents are demanding transparency and fairness in the process.
We have some capable experts who can be part of the process so that they don't just come today and give us one kind of result that the impact was lesser or one thing or the other. But if we, as professionals, will be part of the process, we can say, yes, this result this people brought is correct.
Meanwhile, the state lawmaker for Eleme constituency, who visited the oil spill site in a letter, is calling for a change of the underground pipes along this right-of-way to avoid a reoccurrence.
Has reacted to allegations by ex-Niger Delta militant leader Asari Dokubo that some cabal in the military are involved in oil theft in the region, challenging him to come up with evidence and possibly name names. Dokubo made the allegation when he visited President Bola Tinubu in Abuja on Friday. And reacting, the Director Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, said the Nigerian Army is winning the battle against oil thieves and will not hesitate to expose black sheep in its formation. Also reacting, the Nigerian Navy spokesman, Commodore Adedotun Ayovoan, challenged Dokubo to reveal the names of officers involved in the crude oil theft. He said the allegation against the military is spurious and unguarded, adding that oil thieves were angry because the land, maritime, and air components of the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe, as well as other operations in the south-south zone of the country, have sustained the efforts to deny oil thieves avenues to sabotage the economy.
Play a pivotal role, and the allegation is not coming as news from Asari Dokubo.
Military are involved in oil theft in the region, challenging him to come up with evidence and possibly name names. Dokubo made the allegation when he visited President Bola Tinubu in Abuja on Friday. And reacting, the Director Army Public Relations, Brigadier General Onyema Nwachukwu, said the Nigerian Army is winning the battle against oil thieves and will not hesitate to expose black sheep in its formation. Also reacting, the Nigerian Navy spokesman, Commodore Adedotun Ayovoan, challenged Dokubo to reveal the names of officers involved in the crude oil theft. He said the allegation against the military is spurious and unguarded, adding that oil thieves were angry because the land, maritime, and air components of the Joint Task Force Operation Delta Safe, as well as other operations in the south-south zone of the country, have sustained the efforts to deny oil thieves avenues to sabotage the economy. Okay, we're now joined by Arise analyst Frank Tete, who is a lawyer, to speak more on these allegations and counter-allegations. That seems to be what we've been having, over the years since the discovery that Nigeria's crude export or production was shrinking and oil thieves have taken over. Even the Trade Union Congress president has laid this same allegation very recently against the Nigerian military. How culpable are they really?
Well, nothing could be more express when a sitting governor, in the person of Governor Nyesom Wike, directly accused the General Officer Commanding 6th Division that he had his own gang, armed gang, for the purpose of bunkering. He said it several times. Award-winning journalist Mahmoud Akuga documented severally, but the Madam Black episode of how she expressly mentioned names and the procedures for settling all military formations in the Niger Delta to enable them carry on fire. That is the colloquial name for artisanal refining, which was normal. So crude oil theft has been normal, perpetrated, overseen by the Nigerian military, but that the Nigerian military, members of the Nigerian military sent to the Niger Delta.
These are the people alleging
Look, let's not play down on the authority of a sitting governor, Governor Nyesom Wike. We had a president that turned a sort of blind eye to all of those accusations. There were no investigations. The Chief of Defense Staff impeccably, eloquently speaking to the fact that they were going to, at that time, deal with the bad eggs in the military. Nothing happened.
He visited the Niger Delta.
That was dramatic. That was the optics. So Asari Dokubo's statement in the State House
oil production
did not come as news.
But Nigeria's oil production, attested to by the overseer, the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, they say it's going up about 1.79 million barrels now.
Why shouldn't we be that candid to ourselves? We had a Tompolo that was recruited by the government. We've seen this kind of outsourcing of state responsibility. The military couldn't protect oil installations in the Niger Delta. And then there were copious reports, security reports, that they were aiding the actual bunkering of oil in Niger Delta, to the extent that the government had to buy peace, outsource the job of the military to general, in quote, Tompolo, to protect the oil installations. What are we talking about?
It's Asari Dokubo, a former militant leader, a man of integrity and impeccable, resume, to so allege.
Is this an allegation from Asari Dokubo? We're talking about a man who led a movement, the Niger Delta Volunteer Force at a time. And he has severally boasted that all of these guys who run the military don't even know where these pipelines pass. They don't know any of these things. That only they, that is Asari Dokubo and his friends, the Boilous and the rest of them, that accepted the amnesty of blessed memory, the president of blessed memory, Yaradua. Well, they claim that only they and Shell actually know these points and that they are just jokers. And then these military...
So then how would the military now be involved bunkering when
so,
they don't know the pipelines?
Okay, see the point here. The point is this. It is the connivance, the supervision of those who actually steal the oil. For example, for those who carry on this illegal petroleum refining, now connive with military officers, and then they go on. These are the claims, verifiable claims by the likes of Tompolo and Asari Dokubo. The president, former President Muhammadu Buhari, wouldn't have permitted that kind of arrangement that the NNPC and the other international oil companies, the Ministry of Petroleum, entered with a fellow like Tompolo if they didn't have believed them, that they had superior knowledge of how to protect those pipelines. So it was a state compromise. Now, look at it this way. First and foremost, let it start like this. The military couldn't protect those pipelines, couldn't prevent oil theft, and then we had a sitting governor providing copious information to the president that the military was involved. And he even named the GOC. So the military is asking that Asari Dokubo should name names, whereas the governor had named the GOC, had named several other persons. We saw all of these things were
I'm sure that GOC must have long been gone now.
Well, nothing happened to him, actually. We don't know how he ended up. I'm even talking about, what about the reports? The Inside the Niger Delta reports by Mamuda Akuga, severally. What about those? Madam Black was on air. She was giving detailed, reports, detailed evidence of those she was settling on a daily basis. At the time, in Port Harcourt, the understanding was that it was the bunkered oil, that is crude oil, petrol that was refined in the creeks that was actually being sold in the petrol stations. It was that bad.
No, but the Nigerian Army spokesman, General Nwachukwu, and together with Navy Commodore Adedotun Vaughan, the spokesman of the Navy, they've denied the allegations.
Of course.
They are saying that they've been able to frustrate the activities of the economic saboteurs, oil thieves, from land, maritime, and air, disrupting all their functions.
No, I think until we come to terms with the truth, we will rise above this sort of public, the PRO spins that come from these elements. We wouldn't really solve the problem. So I just referred to Tompolo being in charge of protecting those pipelines. It was when
you ask, where is the Nigerian military in this?
Unfortunately, the fact, I told you the connection. The connection is in that of connivance. So Wike said, daily basis. At the time, in Port Harcourt, play a pivotal role, and the allegation is not coming as news from Asari Dokubo. Rather, it came first from Wike, and then with a number of persons who are there, who are in the streets of Port Harcourt, who can tell you, name names, and can tell you those involved in oil bunkering and have settled military officers in the Niger Delta.
Frank JT. I don't know. I think we'll just have to give the Nigerian military a right of reply, and be expecting that the director, Defense Information, or the director, Nigerian Army.
I think the earlier response of the Chief of Defense Staff is more tenable, acknowledging that there are bad eggs in the military, and indeed it's so, because when top military officers in Abuja who actually formulate strategies and planning operations here are not directly involved in the creeks, what happens there? It's so easy to abuse the military force, and so there are indeed elements bad eggs in the military who have connived with those gangs that Wike once referred to and that are sabotaging this country. You see, Asari Dokubo's visit to the president is significant. The president doesn't have time to waste, and that he has realized that it is more important that those persons who can actually offer more practical solutions in the protection of Nigeria's crude oil should be engaged rather than a military that can be easily compromised. And it's something, some kind of serious house cleaning should be done in the military. And I think that kind of thing is what is more acceptable than a blanket denial by the Nigerian military.
I think you've used very strong words there, and let's just quickly say Arise News will be open to having the top brass of the Nigerian military from the Defense Information, Nigerian Army Information Department, and Nigerian Navy or Air Force to come with a right of reply to some of the issues raised by Asari Dokubo and the allegations in the air. Outgone Governor Nyesom Wike.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Lord Larry. Good morning to you and our viewers out there. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Yeah, Lord Larry says something. Can Dokubo honestly say he himself haven't eaten from the oil pot? Well, let's leave that for the comment later. So let's go over to our newspaper for today. So just in case you've not clicked on the like button, don't forget to make use of your like button. And if you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscription button and turn on the notification bell. Then if you have any comment, the link has been posted. You can join us here and air your view. All right, so we're going to our newspaper today. And on this day newspaper, it says, bomb belt, Nigerians oil shipping costs soar as tanker owners tell clear. Protest rock Agola over fuel price link. Fresh subsidy, NLC, TUC resume talks with federal government today. Fresh crisis blew in PDP over minority house leader. That's on page 49. And Tinubu to fathers, it says, you are shepherds of Nigerians' future. So happy Father's Day to all fathers out there. 10th Senate, it said, jointly for principal offices begins. Damned Kalu, Buhari, Musa, others are Senate leaders. It's fixed reforms aimed at transparency, liquidity, discouraging speculation. This is coming from CBN. And pegs withdrawal from domiciliary accounts at $10,000 per day. To prioritize orderly settlement of fixed forward transactions to boost market confidence. Direct banks to ensure expeditious processing of BTA, PTA, school fees, and others. Apex Bank to normalize its CRR maintenance processes, ensure equity. You can see more on page 5. And eventing with Airtel, and evenly with Airtel, so you can see the image there. And that's all on this day newspaper. Then over to the Vanguard newspaper. I said Kwara boats mishap. New blames navigation aid. That's on page 41. And on NGE president, he said Atiku, Saraki, Ayebaji, Sanwo-Olu congratulate Eze Anaba. That's on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. And On the electricity, it said 58% of consumers with tax meters. That's coming from the NERC. That's on page 8. 24 hours curfew declared in Plateau local governments. That's on page 13. Rufai should be invited by DSS. It's coming from MBF. Cabinet in fighting as APC comes speech for ministerial jobs. You can see that on page 5. Lobby seats besiege Asari. President may send list to Senate July 4th. Special advisors may supervise ministers. Manufacturers spend 144.5 billion naira on self-generated power in 1 year. That's the image you can see there. And beside it, still on the 10th Senate, it said disclose pensions paid to you as ex-government. Syrup tells Akpabo and others. That's on page 10. Still on the subsidy removal, stabilize economy before new minimum wage. NECA tells federal government. That's on page 9. Then still on the forex, it said allow customers free access to domiciliary account funds. CBN orders bank. That's on page 8. And still on the economy, Nigerians power generators with cooking gas. You can see that on page 7. That's what Mr. Oyowa talked about in one of our newspaper review on those generators being able to cooking gas being able to generate power to generators. All right, you can read that up on page 7. Embodied skills, local sheriff is 4 children in Kaduna. That's on page 6. This so touching. Is more like the whole family has been wiped off the surface of the earth. Right, I just hope the government does something about this bandits of a thing, because it's not pleasant to the ears. It's becoming more than what I can ever think of. All right, so on the page, the Punch newspaper, the CBN removes saving withdrawal limits on domiciliary accounts. That's on page 35. And NUT Labat's government as teachers shortage rises. That's on page 2. That's National Union of Teacher Labat's as government as teachers shortage rises. If they're being well paid and paid on time, there will be more persons to go into the teaching educational system. So the government should please make amendments and try to see what they can do, because the children are the future of tomorrow, as they do say. And if you're not learned, there's no way you can become a doctor. It's more like teacher is the brain behind every successful person, because they have to go through a tutelage. So please, the government should see to that more teachers, qualified teachers, are being employed, and that the wages is reasonable, and that they're not overworked. Not one teacher teaching about 5 classes and with different subjects. It's going to weigh them down, because when they get home, they will need to get drugs and try to take care of themselves. Not talk of the family before they'll get food stuff for the family. Then looking at what they're being paid is nothing. It's more like sitting at home. In fact, it's even preferable to even sit at home and know you're doing nothing than doing a job that you can't really see your salary. You can't really do much with your salary. So please, the government, please, let's do something about that. All right, so power projects, federal government secures $750 million World Bank loan. That's on page 34. And still on the subsidy, Labour threatens strike, resumes talk with federal government. That's on page 2. Pains becoming unbearable, strike suspended, not called off. NLC and TUC. NDLEA nabs quarter-based drugs barrel, sees cannabis. This on page 16. And ship owners reject proposed Nimasa custom measure. That's on page 34. And 8 feared killed as flood submerges Lagos community. That's on page 4 and page 5. This flood of a thing, it's two things involved. There are two things involved. It's either the foundation was not built in the right place. So whenever you want to build a house, please try and observe the area before building. And also the government also have to put things in order to ensure this flood doesn't persist. All right, so on page 14 of the Punch newspaper, it says operator overloaded ill-fated boats with 250 passengers. Man, this is suffocating. All right, so over to the Nation newspaper. Overloading windy rain cause of Kwara boat tragedy. This is on page 27. Banks tighten forest process to block racketeering. You can see that on page 13. And South African displaces Dangote as African richest. As on page 5. And Super Eagles qualify for AFCON 2024. You can see that on page 30 of the Nation newspaper. Investors gained 3.28 trillion naira in 3 weeks. Federal government, Labour, palliative talks resume. I was postponed in 2018, says Winke. And Apabo Abbas, lawmakers with back Tinubu to deliver. We are here to work, says First Lady. Odili rates president performance high. And central banks lift restriction on domiciliary accounts. As bulldozers roar in Alaba, Ohaneze conscious against fake news. All right, and over to the Tribal newspaper. Please do not forget to click on the like button. And if you're new to this channel, please click on the subscription button. And don't forget to click on the notification bell so as to get notified whenever we are live. And also, if you have any comments, you can join us here. The platform is open as the link has been posted. All right, so to Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Police deploy mobile policemen to troubled Plateau local government areas. That's on page 28. Saudi Arabia announces June 27 Arafat Day. That's on page 5. NACO has shores of completing our lifts of Nigeria programs Thursday. And CBN lift cash deposit cap on domiciliary accounts. Allows $10,000 withdrawal daily. That's on page 6 of the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Some more facilitations as Eze Anaba emerge NGC president. Bandit kills father, 4 sons in Zara. Russell, 100 cows. That's on page 27. Disclosed pension paid to you as ex-government Seraph tells Apabu. Orders in 10 Senate. That's on page 22. You can read that up. And quarter-based drugs lords arrested as on the LLU intercepts melt consignment at Lagos Airport. You can see that on page 27. And there's an image, the photo there, displaying the former First Lady Ashabirari from the fourth left, and the flank by wives of governors and former governors and the likes. So Lagos government begins demolition of 17 distressed buildings in Alaba Market. That's on page 26. So, and federal government moves assets rationalization, sale of refineries. That's on page 7. I was poisoned, flown to Beirut, suffered kidney, liver failure. This coming from Winke. That's on page 3. And as all on the Nigeria Tribune newspaper. Please let's not forget to click the like button. All right, so on the Daily Sun newspaper, it says IBOB, Mosob, Kanu's family slam Asari. Is coming on. That's on page 27. Dokubo accused him of being government informant. The war is becoming serious. All right, so government attack as Imo governor Okorocha kill police officer. Convoy attacked in Imo. That's on page 4. And Nigeria takes over ILO leadership, receives global accolades. That's on page 25. Southeast bids for Senate majority leaders post, while APC can't ignore region again. How I survived poisoning at party's campaign in 2018. That's coming from Winky and it's on page 6. Nabs 2 quarter-based drugs load with meth consignment at MIA. That's on page 4. Brigades to meet Nigerian leaders, businessmen, and others. That's on page 27. And Bishop urges fathers to stand firm as pillars of families, which is very important. A lot of children are missing their fathers. All right, so Edo Development Deputy Government Shaibu applauds rules. That's on page 26. Controversy rages over police pension bill. Operators ask Tinubu to reject bill. Imo PDP crisis deepens as SWC members resign. You can see that on page 27. And over to the Guardian newspaper. Amid subsidy removal pains, experts advocate long-term benefit. And professionals deploy high cost of treatment as World Sickle Cell Day odds. That's on page 3. Household under pressure as new electricity traffic due July 1st. That's image you can see there. First over bill to regulate Christian preaching. And disclosed pension paid to you as ex-government. Seraph tells Akpabos and others. still on the petrol subsidy, government labor resume negotiation on implementation framework. I was poisoned at PDP office, suffered liver kidney failure, says Winky. And still on the electricity, it said available grid electricity 3,057.7 MWs from 17 power plants. Meter price setting, and then you can see the rest there. You can see that on page 6. All right, so and that is all on the newspaper for today. So I need to play this video again for those who have not seen it on this.
Pipe in Aleto of River State a week ago. The rupture of an underground multinational pipe in Aleto community spilled large quantity of crude into this river, affecting communities along its banks, including Akbajo. Efforts to contain the spill and map out areas of contamination has been on by Shell Petroleum Development Company, the operators of the facility. A joint investigation by interested parties and relevant agencies like the National Oil Spill Detection and Response Agency, NOSRA, is understood to have been concluded. While these efforts are on to find a lasting solution to the problems, residents of Akbajo are lamenting the effects so far on local economy and begging for government aid.
We, the Akbajo people, survive from this fishing and dredging of sand. That is the only angle we survive from. Since Sunday till now, we cannot survive. Even as of water to drink, we cannot get water to drink since on Sunday. If you watch the other fishing port, 2 children die because of flame of oil.
On behalf of the women, we are begging the state and the federal government to please come to our aid. That we don't have anywhere to forge ahead. This is where we feed from, and this is where we get our little pence from.
They are also worried about the health implications.
The ambient in this area, the air quality in this area is heavily contaminated. And you can imagine what will happen to the health of the people, the occupants in this area. The economic activities, especially on the waterways, are also affected, adversely affected. And as a people, we cannot keep quiet. Therefore, we want to use this medium.
As their only hope of recovering from this impact lies in the outcome and recommendations of the joint investigation, the residents are demanding transparency and fairness in the process.
We have some capable experts who can be part of the process so that they don't just come today and give us one kind of result that the impact was lesser or one thing or the other. But if we, as professionals, will be part of the process, we can say, yes, this result this people brought is correct.
Meanwhile, the state lawmaker for Eleme constituency, who visited the oil spill site in a letter, is calling for a change of the underground pipes along this road.
Speaking on behalf of the commission in Jos, the Federal Commissioner, National Population Commission in the state, Cecilia Dapuet, said it was necessary to clear the air so that people will stop spreading wrong information, stating that all is set for the conduct of the census whenever the Nigerian government.
Good morning, Mr. Yowa. You're welcome.
Good morning. How are you?
Yes, I hope you had a wonderful weekend.
You?
Yes, sir. Okay, so on this pipeline of it, the oil splits and also on the Asari Dokubo speech on the military theft of oil. So what do you have to say about that? Because now one thing I want to say, first of all, Mr. Yo, before I hand over to you, I want to appeal to the government because okay, now there are two things, there are two major cases on ground now. One, the oil theft, and secondly, the oil splits. And what is more important is the life of the people. So as they're looking into the oil theft, if at all they will or they have, they should, with immediate effect, look for a way of putting an end to this oil split and look for a way for those people, the people in that community, to survive, because they need means of survival right now. Okay, Mr. Yoba, over to you.
So I should put mouth on it, right? I thank everybody over there. I thank the viewers. What about your sister?
She's
What's in behind himself? I
3 years.
used to forget. 3 years.
Yes, sir.
She never get her phone.
Not yet, sir.
Oh, wow. Wow, no, wow. God, they shall. They may still they go. The thing I want to talk about this oil theft and the pollution of the land. Come, you know, say this our brothers and sisters in the coastal region. They only know of their pocket. They don't care about the masses. That's the problem that they're having there. Only them. They only know of their pocket. I don't know about any other person.
Okay, Mr. Yoba, the call at the background is overshadowing what you're saying. Okay, so before he returns, I was saying something. I was talking to the government, just in case, and anybody that knows how to get this to the government should at least help us. Let the masses' voice be heard. The people need to be rescued. I learned that two children, yeah, they lost 2 children due to these oil splits. And if care is not taken the way it's going,
See, let me tell you something. The thing that you are talking about can never work in that country. The corruption is so deep. You understand? The corruption is so deep. And most of them don't care about the masses. They care about themselves. That's why they have to support Biafra. Their solution over there is only Biafra that can solve that problem. So that them will manage their resources. Those individuals that government used to set up cannot manage their resources, cannot take good care of them. If government give them any, like this Tompolo now, where they give contract of how many places you see where in the tie road, or how many places you see where in the build 1 or 2 things for the masses, or how many upon all the money where in the park, where then they give them. It can never work because he only know about his group, and if they collect that money, their group go use them, take care of their own family. They don't care about the other people. That is the point. Like this Asari Dokubo that is talking about, that is opening mouth widely. This is a militant group that's supposed to be in prison. Then they invited him to Channel Television. The president invited him. I use this opportunity to greet our Prime Minister of government, Republic Biafra of government in exile. Because our Prime Minister make one program last before the election, when he was showing us Asari Dokubo men's that they are guiding to Nubu campaign and co. So that's why Nigeria breed criminals. That country can never work. All the shenanigans of EFCC, of arresting this, arresting that, all these are camouflage. Criminal cannot judge criminal. Tinubu is a criminal. and he's a drug baron. How can it work? Anybody will just enter power. He go use them to hunt his opponent. His opponent that didn't allow him to do one or two things. That is what they do in that place. If you enter as president, you will be hunting all your opposition, all your opponent. Is it not what Buhari did before he get out from there? Is it not what almost all of them used to do? You understand? If Obasanjo self did it, they will hurt their opposition. That's what they are doing. He's not fighting any corruption. Niger Delta can never, like this Asari Dokubo that is saying now that there's a planning for them to take what they give to Tompola and give to him. Even though they give unto him, his stomach will continue to be bigging. His stomach will continue to swallow up. He can never go back. They continue to steal. They can never remember the masses because the foundation of that country is not working. It's not working. They can never work. If they give them something to go and give to the grassroots, they can never share it. If you give them money now, make them give to the grassroots, to the children, to the masses, like 10,000 naira, 100,000 naira a month. If they come, then go turn into 2,000 or 500. So you see now it can never work. And once you did not jail a corrupt person, it will continue linger. It will linger. It will linger. It will linger. And almost all of them are corrupt. Even sometimes, if I call some of my people or my friends in that zoo, when they say something, it will be a lie. I will not telling them why is all of you a liar? Why must all of you are liars? Is it because of the system of the country? Because when you be in a society that is so bad as Nigeria, you will join them. You will be corrupt. Somebody went and buy a tablet in a pharmacy of almost 3,000 plus. The whole tablet, no one is good there. All is fake, did not work. So you see that the country can never work. It can never. So they are just protesting for nothing. Okay, that person where they protest now, where carry mic they talk. If they give them money now, if they bring money there now, him and his gang go hijack the money, then go run out of that place. The remaining ones, they're not going to remember them.
Speaking on behalf of the commission.
The noise is much here.
Mr. Yema, can you hear me? Okay, Mr. Yema. Aside that, now we're talking about Biafra. Now, are we going to leave? Because now we need to say things or tell the government things that they can do, not just living like nothing can be done and letting people die. So if nobody is alive now to go into the Biafra state, so who are we going to get in the Biafra land? So we still need to consider, like, think of what we can do before getting that freedom. What can we do to save all these lives? Because now look at the oil split. Are we going to just relax that nothing can be done and not even address the government on it because we are expecting freedom? So how many lives are going to be alive to gain that freedom? Mrs. Elipspeter, good morning, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Good morning, love. Hello, can you guys hear me? Good morning,
Yes, ma'am.
everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Happy MNK Day. I hope our people are sitting at home.
Everybody, even over yourself, everyone is sitting at home because of the death of a student.
A student died?
Yes, the student was rushed to the health center, the school health center, and I think he did not get the proper treatment, or there was there's just one fault from the health center. So the students
Where is that one happening? Is it in Lagos?
In Delta State.
In our state, okay.
Delta State, yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. No problem. The only thing I'm seeing here is just the division of Nigeria. because we have gotten into the height that it is unbearable right now. The situation we are passing through in Delta State, most especially, you can see that they brought division among us, that we, the Biafrans, we should not unite. They call us South, South, South East. We don't have South North and South, I don't know, South West. Why is it that it is only our side they have South, South goat? I don't know. They brought this division in order for us not to cooperate, to be able to fight and protect what belongs to us. You understand? This oil spill all over now. Who is suffering it today? It is our people. It is our people. The northerners that are enjoying the money coming from the oil today, they don't suffer anything from it. Our people no longer last long because of the e-health they derive from the oil spill. But yet, people, a subject like Asari Dokubo, will not listen to this because he's having bastard children, I'm sorry to use such a word, all over the place, claiming that they are his children. Is he really man enough to father 21 children with such a health that we are seeing? Is he? But because of his ill-gotten wealth that he wants to become the richest in Delta State, I don't know. He's selling his people to the northerners for us to be slaughtered, for us to be killed. Meanwhile, the money will come and he will share among his bastards and all that. Then he will say Niger Delta is protected. He's going to be protecting our pipe oil, pipe that is connecting our oil to the north. He's going to be protecting it for the northerners to enjoy themselves while our people died for it. Who do us this one? Me, I don't understand. Is it a cost laid on us that we cannot revise it by ourselves, even seeing everything that is going on with our own eyes in this 23rd century? I don't understand. These people, the only thing now is just to fight to protect our land, fight to preserve the life of our people, because the life of our people, they are very, very mean now. They can die at any time because they don't have good health. They don't even have means of surviving any longer. So how are we going to handle this? And the worst of us all, we are separated now. Asari is trying to divide us from our Igbo-speaking Biafras, which God will never allow. We will fight him and chase him to the Sabisa forest, because that is where he belongs. He cannot bring the religion that we don't know anything about to come and use to terrorize our people. It will not work. It won't work. And the destruction of our people in Lagos State market, MNK spoke, he told them that start coming back home. It has happened before and it will still happen. They are now using the Yoruba against us, so that by the time they succeeded in chasing us out, the Yorubas are just not, they will be mean. They will take them out at will. That is it. I'm hearing today that they kidnapped one of their people where they kill people in the church. They kidnap, well, is it him, an imam there? I don't know. They kidnap him. But those ones, they will not face them. The Igbos who have not killed or raped any of Yoruba indigenes, the Yorubas are facing them now, that they must leave their land because they are comfortable with the terrorists killing them and raping their children. They are comfortable with that. Anyway, there is a fight that you will think if you fight, you will be able to win it. The Yoruba should know that this fight they have started, they will not be able to win it. We will go back to our land. As they said, we will go back. Gradually, we will go back. They have pushed us to the wall, And our people there in Lagos, they are not seeing it. They try to even force the war open to enter into it, which will never happen. So it will get to a point that they will not say, okay, let us relocate back home. By the time we get to our home, we have our resources. The so-called oil that is feeding the whole of Nigeria, it will all be blocked. Because right now, I'm seeing that war is inevitable in Nigeria. You don't treat people like this. Selecting a particular ethnic group and be treating them as if they are nothing. Oh my goodness. I don't know where they have that God from. Knowing very well that the resources that the country is surviving with belongs to us. It belongs to us from the so-called South, South, and Southeast. It belongs to us. And you're saying we should leave. Meanwhile, you claiming we are one Nigeria. What is one about us? If I am in Nigeria with their constitution, I have every right to live in anywhere I have to live. I have every right to erect any building I want to erect. I have every right to trade as I like to survive my life and family. But right now, look at what the Sanwo-Olu Lagos government is doing. He said the law has been there since 2016 or 2018. Why did they not carry out the force then that they have marked those buildings for demolition? Why was it not carried out then? Why is it that winds fly yesterday, today Pikin die? Why is it that it is now that Sanwo-Olu have to start demolition as he promised before? Why is it that the man, the vice of Tinubu, that said once they got the power, they will be able to use the power to render the Igbo useless, and they should go back to their south, to their east, to go and be drinking their oil? Why is it that whatsoever they have said, discussed, is not playing out? Do they have brain? Or the people they are doing it to, are they animals that they don't think? They don't reason what is on ground? They are using their media to propagate that it is not really targeted at Igbo. Why not go to other places where Yorubas are also trading and start demolition and let us see it is not targeted at the Igbos? So war is inevitable, because that is the only way we can be able to get out of this mess that we are right now. Everybody will start answering his father's name. What have they done to us? The whole of South, South, and Southeast, we don't have any airports, international airports. We don't have any. We don't have any seaports. We are out there suffering as free slaves to those who are consuming our resources. How can you be born a king while you will be trekking on barefoot and the so-called criminal slaves are now riding on horses? It is no longer possible. We have had it up to our neck. Whatsoever that will come for us to have our freedom out of that entity called Nigeria, we will do it. If it will come to contribution, the last money that we used to eat over here, we will spend it to contribute, to make sure we leave that land. Enough is enough. Thank you very much, Kewe. God bless you.
Thank you, Ma. All right, Mr. Mazi, good morning, sir.
Good morning, Sister Kewe. How is your day?
Very well, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Okay. You're welcome, my brother. I have not seen Alex. Oh, yeah, is he here?
He's fine. He's greeting. He sent his greeting on the comment section.
Okay.
My
thank you
greetings
so
to
much.
him. My greetings to him.
Yeah. Thank you so much. God bless you, my sister, for that wonderful, submission that you have just made. In Igbo land, they said, in Igbo, onye ajụrụ ajụ anaghị ajụ onwe ya. He who is rejected cannot reject him or herself. The way I'm looking at it now is like
Yes, sir.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Uncle. How are you, sir?
Good morning, Madam Peter. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning, my love. How is my boy doing?
It's fine. Oh, we are still packing.
This packing. You know you did not arrange it well. You were supposed to do it before she gave to birth.
No, you know when you have a partner, you follow procedure. So I follow the procedure. So
I know.
so
Now
it's
the
really
work now fall on your shoulder alone. You see it now. The
I'm
Lord is
working
your
very
strength,
hard.
my dear. My
Yes.
regards to our wife. My regards to her.
Okay, they are at home. You see where we live before? Yeah, not that I did on camera. We live in 16 etages. You see?
That was too, Mama. That is too much.
You see, yes, we live in 16th floor.
No.
So we have to change now.
Yeah, you did well. It is well. Yeah.
So for Asari Dokubo, for truth, let me just say something before I do on the listening session. Nigeria has failed. If Nigeria did not fail, Ogamas, I even came because of you. You're a military man. After Asari Dokubo make that statement, on his way going home, he would have been a military barrack cooling off by now. He's not supposed to reach his house. He's supposed to do a military barrack cooling off. How will you come to here? You a nuisance, a common criminal, calling a full blooded citizen of Nigeria, the first security armed forces criminals in national TV, even holding a press conference in the presence of in Tinubu's parliament. Not be be this one.
He's the power given to him. He's
not supposed to reach the ass. He's not supposed to reach the ass if Nigeria is not a banana republic. Asari Dokubo supposed to reach after that statement that military are stealing the oil, this down. They're supposed to cramp on. Not that you get to
when our PM said Nigeria breeds criminal, you thought he's lying.
Imagine criminal granting press.
They give power to the criminals that even when they are speaking, nobody have to challenge them. You see it now.
Now, wow, Nigeria.
So this is the government of talks for their self and their family. That's it. We are going to expect the worst to come.
With the watch them from far. We are watching them from afar. Okay, Alesso is packing the whole one Nigeria to his new home. That's why I see people long. Lord, you see my car, your son, you see the load in my car. It's from my wife when I see the pack you know women things. Bring everything, so I'm bringing them. Okay, I got myself back to you, so I'm listening. Let me just do on the background.
You know, busy. The time when I had my own one, it be so way worry me. I know be small.
I mean, I have small car. That's the problem. After we use cameo to pack some, so the remaining one now, and my car is very small, so I'm bringing it little by little.
Don't worry, everything will be fine.
I will just you from next week.
That is the responsibility. That is why we are men now. So for do it.
Okay.
If we don't do it, who will do it for you? Make I put my camera.
I'm listening. I did that in the comment section.
God bless you, darling.
Okay, sir.
You see, the day when, first of all, happy Father's Day to all the fathers in the platform and those that are listening to us. May God continue to bless all of you in Jesus' name. That is the Jesus of Biafra. That is one I mean, no be the white Jesus, the Jesus of Biafra. May He bless all of you in His name. Then, the day when this guy, there is a proverb the Igbo people normally say. When you play with the chicken for a long time, the chicken will not have no option than to wee on your laps or pee on your laps. Asari Dokubo is a man that was supported by the federal government. He benefited from the federal government. You remember what Lai Mohammed told him when he was ranting his mouth some time ago? He said, oh, when he is short of money, he will start talking and bragging and threatening. That man, Asari Dokubo, is a pure traitor, and I have never seen or heard any traitor again in Biafra land that is as treacherous as that man. These are the people, this kind of spirit in Asari Dokubo is the spirit that those our ancestors, the wicked ancestors, had that made them to begin to sell our people, our ancestors, uncles, and the rest of them into slavery. That is the same habit this man has, the same spirit. That is what is controlling him. When I called a friend after his press conference, I think this a Ram Media table or whatever in Abuja, after meeting Jagaban, he said, in fact, you are innocent until proven guilty by any competent of law or court of jurisdiction in that country, irrespective of how bad they are. Once you are accused, you are innocent until proven guilty, beyond reasonable doubt. Before someone can say you are a thief, a murderer, or whatever. But this guy went out and began to blow. When a small bird is dancing at the center of the road, the drummer is nearby. He has clothes. He thought that he feels that the presidency is on his side. And I do not know, Alexo or Kewe, if actually his house was attacked by suspected gunmen or military men. Was he? Was his house attacked? Can anyone hear me?
Yes, sir.
His house was attacked. His house was attacked. Well, okay. I do not know. If you cannot hear me, please just let me know. I don't know. I can't hear.
We are hearing you, sir. We are hearing you.
Oh,
Can
okay.
you hear me?
Okay. Oh, yes, I can hear you now. Okay. See, if his house was attacked, he shouldn't be there. I know the people, I worked with in the if you make a false allegation on someone until you prove it, you have made false allegation on the military. You've outrightly indicted the military, indicted the Navy, telling the whole world that the Army and the Navy are now subjecting the civil defense, beating them or taking them out, supporting the illegal what do they call it? The bunkerers, the oil bunkerers in Niger Delta. Was him too not alleged to be an oil bunkerer? Was he not alleged to be one? Has he not contributed to the pollution and destruction of our land? You see, when you give a small boy that chance to do and undo, it will take it to the next level. This guy paraded, brought out machine guns, general purpose machine guns, AK-47, 48, 49 to 50, 9.0 mm AK, general machine gun, so many of them, cake of bullets, ammunitions, paraded them on the street of Bayelsa or Port Harcourt. Buhari couldn't do anything. What does that tell you? That he has power. He boasted on the national television for dealing Dogogiwa. I hope that the family of Dogogiwa were listening as well. You cannot just go about creating problems for yourself and for your community. Why will you come out and begin to say such things? He even went as far as telling that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu supported NSAS. Who is he that did not support NSAS? Who is he that did not support NSAS? Who is he? The police were killing people just by mere looking at you. You are a culprit. without even being, charged or prosecuted. You will be asked to pay money. If you don't have, they will charge you with false allegation and send you into detention. People were fed up with it. And they went in to demonstrate. Yet the same system sent soldiers to go and kill them. I would have loved if he was taken away, though, because his stupidity is getting out of hand. And it is only in Nigeria that such elements will allow to prevail. Just imagine your boys made Abuja, Kaduna way free for people to travel. What kind of nonsense is that? If Nigeria is not a collapsed nation, a pariah nation, a failed nation, will such a man indict that they, non-state actors now, non-state actors headed by Asari Dokubo, is now telling the world that he is protecting and made Abuja Kaduna Highway free for people to travel on. That is a very heavy and obnoxious indictment against the state actors and all the security apparatuses in that country. If they really know what they are doing, that man would not be allowed to walk on the street of that zoological republic of Nigeria. I called a friend in the US when I heard that thing. The man sent me the video. I told him, I said, look, he has drawn more bees around him and they are going to sting him. It didn't reach up to 3 days and these news are coming out. I know that was what was going to happen. I know it is going to happen. And they won't stop there. He will be on the run. He is going to be on the run for indicting the army in general and the Navy. That is nonsensical. And for my people in this also, I don't want to talk about this matter, but I have no option. Nigeria is not for you people, south, south, and southeast. Nigeria is not for you people. I heard on the news that Elumelu's house, Hair's Palace or Tower, has been sealed by the Lagos government. It has been sealed. They are just looking for one way or the other to deal with you people in Lagos. And this will be rightly explained by the comment of Fane Kayode that the long-awaited union with the northern, the north and the southwest has finally come to fruition. What does that tell you? I'm not saying that there are no good Yorubas in Southwest in general, but if some of these things are happening, the elites are speaking the way they are speaking, in a way that does not even, encourage people to look at Nigeria as if it is an entity that should be united. Then the politicians, the elites, they are very, very, they don't know what they are doing. And nobody will come out and tell me that that country should be one or will be one with the comments that these people are doing, left, right, and center. In the country you say must be united. The same way they treat you, your Igbo cousins, that is the same way they are going to treat you, the Izon people, the Asaba people, the Ibibio people, the Efik people, Kalabari people, all over, Ishan, Ishekri, Ibankes, Urobo. That is how, and the rest of you from that geopolitical zone, that is how they are going to treat you. I witnessed it in Kaduna, January 2000, when the Sharia law was introduced in Kaduna. It was Kaduna that started the riot first because that is the center of the north. So if you feel that this law will not affect you, my brother, my sister, go and think again. It is going to affect you. It is only the south Southeast, South that will abandon their place and begin to go. I don't blame you, because accessibility to seaport, international airport, and so on and so forth made our people to begin to troop over there, because it was easier for them to access these facilities to make their businesses easier. But must you go there and begin to develop their place? Why can't you build your business center and take all those porch houses that you have built over there to your villages? Just like the Abrebas are doing in Abia State. I don't know how many of you have been to Abreba. You go there, you see houses. Some of them, you cannot even get them in Victoria Island or Lekki, in Abreba town. If you cannot fight them, go home. But if you can fight them, defend your businesses, defend your life, and anything that has to do with you in Lagos. The law encourages you to build, to own or build movable and immovable, structures anywhere around the country. I do not know how the Lagos State Assembly, their speaker, will throw away section 42, 43, and 44 of the 1999 Constitution. I don't know how they are going to do that. But as you know their court. When you go to court, what they decide is what is going to happen. So my people, gear up brace up for what is about to happen. And the South, and Southeast, I will expect all of you, if you are not ready to unite yourselves, begin to do it now, because very soon everybody will answer their father's name. I encourage the Igbo people, as the majority over there, to protect their people if they are willing. Protect them, because you are in number, you are larger in number. Because if they finish the Igbo people, the South will be a walk in the park for these people. It is going to be a walk in the park for them. The reason why Southeast, Old Eastern region is still where it is today is because of the tenacity and the bravery of the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. I owe nobody any apology to this. The people that were fighting for Biafra, is it not the people like Asari Dokubo? Asari Dokubo. He says he's a Biafra. In the other way, he says he's a Biafra. The other way, he says he's a Nigerian. These are the people that are fighting for you, Asari Dokubo. My brothers, my sisters, both in the South and Southeast, it is time for all of you to come together and join hands, be at one place, so that the foam will be so heavy. Remember the proverb of a broomstick. If you select a broomstick, you can easily break it. But when these broomsticks are in bunch, you dare not, unless you must exert force in other materials to cut it into pieces. Thank you so much. And may God bless you, Sister Kewe, for having me.
Kewe, my brother, I greet you from here. I was greeting you before I was muted myself.
Oh, good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
How is Ghana over there?
We thank God everything is fine.
I hope our brothers that is there safe. I believe they are safe.
Yes, I know they are safe, and I don't think anything is going to happen to any of them. The only problem we have here now is their retail shops are under lock and keys by the government and the GUTA, Ghana Union of Traders Association. So they are battling with it to see, because it is the fault of our politicians. Just permit me to say this. It is the fault of our politicians. You have a domestic law, which is domesticated, which is in the Constitution, that no foreigner, irrespective of where the person comes from, will be allowed to engage in retail trade. It is in the law in Ghana here. They approve it. It is in the Constitution. But the same politicians again went out to ECOWAS trade treaty and sign free movement of goods and services. If I am bringing goods from Nigeria or from Ivory Coast to this place, am I going to put it on the floor or on the street? Am I not going to look for a place that I will put it and sell? Did they even provide? You made a law that you ratify a law, ECOWAS trade treaty, that is in contradiction with the local law that permits only citizens, Ghanaians, to have access to retail trading. Only wholesale and the rest of them are reserved for the foreigners. And the citizens also that have the capacity to invest in wholesale trading. They did this, and that is the reason why the confusion. And because of political exigencies, they don't want to cancel that domestic law in order to allow the ECOWAS treaty to prevail. And they are having issues with it now. Since it is their law, the police are expected to lock up those shops, and most of our people are affected. But as you see it, Ghana is a place where, we love people and we accommodate people unless you misbehave or that person misbehaves. So they are still managing, doing what they want to do.
Yes. Although for what you said, I have the idea because when I was in Alaba, many Cote d'Ivoire and the Africa Coast that they do come. They don't normally shed when they go back. They only supply to them immediately and come back again. So, and even sometimes that some of our people that are in Ghana, when they used to come Alaba, they used to come also and buy and went and supply and come back again and supply. But at a time, they said they have got shop settling down over there.
What happened was that, I will not say because I am from here, then I embellish things. I say it as it is. Most of the times when they brought those goods in large quantity like that to supply them, they will give you time. Maybe I will come back in the next 3 weeks to collect and resupply you. So the person has taken loan facility to bring the goods to you and is expecting that immediately he is coming back to resupply you, then he will now take the proceeds, for the rest. Then go back again, then continue his or her business. But it got to a stage. It was happening just like that before, but it got to a stage where my people decided, when you come, you will not get your money. There is what is commonly called here, Onyame Boachina. They don't have it, and they don't want to tell you that they don't have it. They will tell you, by the grace of God, let's see, tomorrow will bring. Onyame Boachina Yanshe. Onyame Boachina Yanshe. So Onyame will continue to go Onyame God help us. Till 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, you lodge in a hotel. Your bills are going, you are not getting your money. That is the reason why our people decided to say, I will set up something here. That is exactly what happened to the Easterners in Lagos. The same thing.
They will set up shop, then they will be waiting for people that they supply to pay them, and they will also sell from the one they said in shop. Although it's not good for a foreigner to come and spoil the business because that time the citizen used to sell with enough gain. You understand? So it does not make a sense. No, I get the idea very well. It does not make a sense because if they sell with enough gain, the citizen, then we sell where they allow by that time. We sell with enough gain also. You understand? That is the way it is. If they tell you how much that they said DVD then or CD, that place then, it will baffle you. So it's not good for a foreigner to come to land. It's just like this Alaba that they are demolishing now. I heard that they want to sell that place to China. And they are telling them that the place is out of beside Canal. But you see Alaba Arago that is very dirty. Lagos State did not go there. They only choose that place that Igbo people are doing business. When you go to Alaba Arago, it's very dirty. It's very dirty and Canal. It's beside that demolition of this thing. If you enter the other side, we see Canal. Canal is because that is my session. But I don't blame them because when you are telling them about Biafra, some of them believe for Biafra, they support, but some they will get a strong head. I told them they are coming for you people. Most of them are not even picking my call now. because he affected some of them there. That is the way it is. So, my brother, thank you for. Okay, well, about what you asked, you say, what is the solution? What is the solution to our people? You see what some of our riverine area normally do. If they see new government, or if they see say money don't scarce for their pocket, then go mobilize protest. That is their problem. And if they mobilize that protest, if government give them small money, those top people will mobilize that protest, go hijack the money, then go disappear in thin air, then go disappear, then no go settle. If they settle for those small ones will follow them, then go give them small change, then go take the mega money and waka come out. When they eat that money finish, use and do party finish, the money don't go down. Then go mobilize another protest. When will that thing lead to? Now, federal government has know the idea. The best thing that they can do is to join sit at home. It's only sit at home that will hear the big fruit to them, so that it will reach the masses also, not only the elite. It will reach the masses also. It's for them to join sit at home. But when you are telling them to sit at home, they will see it as only we Igbo speaking side that deserve sit at home. They did not deserve. You understand that kind of a thing. So you people preach sit at home for them instead of this every 6 months, every year protest. They will organize protests so that the federal government will give them small money. That small money that they are giving to them is not the problem. The problem is to develop their place and channel those oil where to go and develop their place.
Mr. Yehuba,
Yeah.
it's not protest. Like right now, crude oil has split over the rivers, and it's affecting their lives and even their source of living. That's the major thing at hand.
But there's one video you play. I see some that protest is it not in Oyo region?
It's not a protest.
Okay, it's a complaint. It's a kind of complaint.
Yes, on the issue at hand, because now they can't even fish, and these communities, is the river that is fed as source of getting water. That's the water they drink, and that's the water they use for a lot of things. And now the water has been polluted. How will they survive?
The only thing that the way they can survive is the main man that's supposed to hit the ground running, Tompolo, has been doing business with Nigeria. So I don't think he has much active. Shebi, he see those things. Will he tell you people that he did not see it? So there is nothing. See, federal government only hear action. Fulani, what they're listening to action, not when you come in complain. They don't take you serious when you complain. When you see that you have hit them hard, like this criminal that doesn't know what he wants, Asari Dokubo, that speaking from both sides of his mouth. He knows the game that Fulani knows, is to hit them hard. But if you come to complain, they will not listen to you, because they believe that you people have representative that government used to settle. Either you people join the sit at home, they will settle this thing once and for all, because this oil speed did not start today. It did not start last week. It has started since when they created the South waiting and they call them. So it's better they join the sit at home or they continue complaining, because if they complain not finish, then if you can do one or two things that side, next 2 years it go split again. Now waiting on I go live for now coming generation. It not work now. So it's better you tell them to join the sit at home that we are doing. Thank you.
My brother, there's something I would like to chip in here. You see, these people, this the caliphate, they know how to operate very, very well. They know the nitty-gritties of politics and the demonic aspect of it as well. When they discovered that this guy, what is his name, Tompolo, was about to do something, what did the government did? They just passed through the back door and gave him a 4-point-something billion naira contract to guide pipelines. Now, the presidency has gone to the southwest to this person called Jagaban. The vice has gone to north. So in order to spike the Igbos now, to make the South-South feel that they are being recognized and respected, they gave the Senate president to South-South. Today, they will believe that, oh, they belong. They don't know that they are using it in order to get their support to continue to validate the demonic entity called Nigeria. You think that they love you. They don't. They just want to bring you in because they have tried against the Igbo-speaking Biafrans. They have failed. It is some of them that they have captured are the political elites and some of the religious leaders and the traditional leaders. These are the ones that they have, let's say, captured. But the larger chunk of the people in Biafra land has refused to bow to their divide and rule tactics. That is the reason why they are sending troops over there in order to intimidate and instill fear in them. Yet our people has refused to bow. And they are passing through the sides now. When they see a South-South, they give him something that is good. Don't be surprised. They will be now releasing oil wells to the same South people, and their mind will come back. Oh, you feel that they love you. You don't know that they are using you to capture the other people. These people will not come in full vein, in full vim, or in the open. They will use it very, very tricky. They are very, very tricky people. They are tricky people. When it comes to politics of destruction, politics of intimidation, they know how to do it. But it beats my imagination that most of our people are falling for these tactics. They are falling for it. And as long as they continue to fall for it, you will not see a good water, a potable water to drink in South-South. I am telling you because I was a participant in the war between the Nigerian government as a country and the Cameroon. I stayed at Abana. I stayed at Ekang. I stayed at Oron. I stayed at Atabong East and Atabong West, Okopedi and the rest of them. From there, you are going to Guinea-Bissau and Cameroon. I was on that Gulf of Guinea for more than 1 year, 2 months without my leg touching the ground, apart from the place that was unfilled. That is how bad that place is. Where these people defecate and urinate are the same place they will fetch water and drink and boil and drink. My brother, if you think that you are enjoying right now, especially the politicians, they have to look at the back of them and what their generation will face after all these things has gone. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Mr. Ayowa, thank you. Okay, I think you should give your conclusion now so we can round up. We've come to the end of the newspaper review today. So, Mr. Ayowa, please, your conclusion.
Okay, let me, brother Ayowa, let me go before you because I am walking to my farm. See, the only thing I would tell this war now is between the South-South and the Southeast. That is the war that you are fighting now. You are fighting against the caliphate. That is the kind of war you are fighting. You are fighting against your economic stability. You are fighting for your welfare. You are fighting for everything that makes you a human. You are fighting for your values, your common values. That is what you are fighting for. It is high time for all of you to unite, come together, chart a pathway, a good way for you people to go. After all, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said, if Biafra comes by the grace of God, there will be no majority and there will be no minority. It will be a Republican. What you have in Bayelsa State, you will use it to develop your place and pay a token to the center government, and the center government will be so, reduced that they will not have so much power that these people are having today. What else can you get? Are you gaining that thing from the country contraption, the zoo that you are supporting today? Is it not just few people that are gaining from it? What will it take you to take that offer? That every resources will not belong to Adamawa. The resources in Bayelsa will not belong to Abia State. The resources from River State will not belong to Enugu. You will harvest whatever, explore, extract, and sell and develop your people. What other great dividend of democracy are you going to get apart from this one? And you people prefer to be going to Abuja. They will harness whatever that you have on your soil. They will send it to Abuja. They will call you. You will sheepishly follow them to Abuja and go and collect. No be juju be that. The person will do us this juju. The Southeast and South, the political elites and the rest of them, those that are capable in this matter, really did that juju very well. I just hope that one day, something like Mazen Nnamdi Kanu says, something will cause them to chart a new path and come back and fight as a group against this demonic entity and the terrorists of Nigeria. Thank you, and may God bless you. God bless you, Alex O. God bless our newborn baby and the wife. God bless you, Kewe. God bless my brothers and those that are listening to us. Have a great day. This is your son, Maxwell, from Bolgatanga, Upper Eastern part of Ghana. Bye-bye.
My brother, before now, maybe next time, my number, Kuziere farmer, because everyone answer about that now, what farmer can.
Okay, livestock, livestock farming.
Please, Mr. Yewuwa, I don't understand what you are saying. I don't understand.
You know Bibo?
I'm not an Igbo girl.
You know Bibo?
No.
You see the problem now. You the day here, me and the LSO they speak Igbo. You have to learn that Igbo because I know there's some part of you they speak Igbo. Which one you know Igbo? What do you be? You say
you
no.
Say no. It is not necessary. It is not necessary. There are different change in the language, in the tone. But that does not make our people they are not one. That does not make them not to be one. The only thing is that she is you. Maybe she might not be. Alexo must have stayed with the Igbo people and begin to learn how they speak. And those people that Alexo, it is a give and take.
My brother, sorry. Shebi him be Att'ack OKOROCHA is from where? Which part of Igbo are you from?
Asaba province.
Asaba no be Delta?
Yes.
Okay. You Kawai from Bayelsa be Delta?
From Delta.
Jonathan no dey speak Igbo?
It depends on where they stayed now. It depends on where they stayed.
No, they thought say you know
like me now
that's
speaking
in the
Hausa.
me.
It's just like me now speaking Hausa and Fude. I learned how to speak them because I was opportune to live around them. That's just that. Without you saying
that one very different though.
And aside that, we have viewers who are not who can't really interpret what you're saying. So it's an open platform that I think it should be preferable we speak English so everyone can comprehend.
We know. I know what you are saying. If you come to Enugu now, you have Nsukka, and there are also Igbo. So you are Igbo. Stop saying that you are not an Igbo, even though you did not hear what you are saying.
Yes, I'm an Igbo girl.
That's the angle that I'm going.
So 3, yes.
Okay.
In Igbo.
Because there's one program that I watch when I had JJ was speaking Igbo. He speaks Igbo more than Enugu people that are doing program with him. He speaks Igbo more than them. But that one is bag on. What I'm just saying is I'm telling my brother about farm something. So that's what we are discussing. We are not discussing about from there. What you are saying. So what my submission is this. Let our people in the River area think about if those money that is going to Abuja is in that data. Let them just think about it. Those money, those oil money that the taken to Abuja, develop North, develop Niger Republic, develop all these Fulani countries. Because not only Niger, because I heard that they want to let themselves to Cameroon, Morocco, all these African countries. Is Zunu plan now. So let you people think about it. Not a contract of 4 billion, 10 billion, 20. No. Think about if those money is in that region. Don't you know that you'll be a multi-millionaire? Even unborn children will benefit from it. That is my submission. Thank you, my brother.
Thank you so much. And Mr. Mazi, thank you for staying tuned with us. And the viewers out there, thank you. For those who have clicked on the like button, we love you. And those who are yet to click on the like button, please don't forget to click on the like button. Please. Thank you so much. And those in the comment section, I'm sorry I can't really call names today. Thank you for being there. All right, so stay tuned with us. Same time tomorrow, same station. So have a lovely day.
Agitator and prominent Niger Delta leader Asari Dokubo earlier accused the military of involving in 99% of oil thefts in the country. Mr. Dokubo made the accusation after a private meeting with President Bola Tinubu in his office earlier today.
The military